Great. Okay, well, I'll go to the next screen. So my name is Tanisha Whitlock. I am a licensed master social worker. I am a case manager slash social worker for the DC Caregivers Institute. And that is basically what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about home care partners and the DC Caregivers Institute. I recently graduated from Howard University, December 2022, with my master's in social work.
Yay!
And I graduated from Georgia
Praise
State.
the Lord.
What was it? I'm sorry. Oh,
The
and I
Lord.
graduated in 2021, May of 2021, with my bachelor's in social work from Georgia State University. I am originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in the DMV area for 2 years, so I'm still learning the area. But I am excited to be here this after I say tonight, but I'm excited to be here this afternoon. If you guys have any questions throughout the presentation, you can raise your hand or you can take yourself off mute, but I will leave some time at the end for questions. My career background is community organization, program management, community engagement, and recently geriatric social work, which that is basically a social worker who work in the realm with older adults. So that could be in the hospitals and hospice, retirement homes, long-term care facilities, short-term care facilities, therapy, mental health services. But the population is older adults and aging individuals. So we're gonna get started. Does anyone have any questions for me so far? Okay. I actually cannot see if anyone raises their hand. So just take yourself off.
I will assist you with that, Tanisha.
Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you. So the agenda today, we're going to discuss the brief history of home care partners, discuss the services that home care partners provide, what is caregiving. We want to discuss what is caregiving, what does that look like for me, for you, for our loved ones and our friends. I'm going to share the variety of services that DC Caregiver Institute offers, which that is the entity that I am employed under. So I might be smiling a little bit more during that portion because I'm really happy to share those services with you all. And also later we will reflect and answer additional questions if you have any. Okay, so home care partners. I don't know if any of you heard of home care partners before? Okay.
No.
Okay, so home care
I
partners.
have.
No.
I have.
Okay.
I've heard of home care partners, and they provided aid service to my husband for about a year and a half.
Yep, that's what we do. That's one of the services that we do provide.
Very satisfied with them. Very satisfied.
Mhm.
It was through VA. VA paid for it.
Oh, nice. That's good. So Home Care Partners is a nonprofit home care agency that is accredited by the Joint Commission. And we have been serving the Washington, D.C. metropolitan community since 1957. The mission is to enable seniors and their family caregivers to age in place at home safely and with dignity, regardless of economic status. So that is the number one thing that we strive for. We want seniors to
Okay, what's going on?
We can't hear. We can't hear
What's going
nothing.
on?
We can't hear nothing.
home and go into long-term.
Miss Tanisha, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, we
Now
can.
we can. Now we can.
You went
Okay.
out for like a minute or so.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was talking about the mission. So our mission is to enable seniors and their family caregivers to age in place and age in home with dignity, regardless of their income status. So our clients are seniors ages 60 and above, primarily low income. Their family caregivers are our clients. Adults with disabilities are our clients as well, and also persons with Alzheimer's and dementia. Our goal here at Home Care Partners is to provide home care aid assistance to seniors and adults with disabilities to enable them to age at home. That's our number one goal. To help family caregivers by providing education in caregiving and relief from their caregiving responsibilities. And I'll explain that further later. To provide outstanding education at our training institute in current topics in caregiving for direct care workers. professionals in community-based care, and the general public. We also love to advocate for the in-home support needs of low-income seniors and for fair treatment and direct care workers. Lastly, definitely not least, one of our goals is to help seniors and adults with disabilities reduce the risk of falls and overcome barriers to mobility in their homes by providing assistive equipment and home modifications. And I will also explain how we complete all of these goals.
It seems like we lost her again. Tanisha, are you there?
Yeah, Miss Tanisha, can you hear us?
We lost her again. Okay. She's not muted.
CNAs or
Hey,
Tanisha,
Miss
this
Tanisha, we
is,
couldn't hear you.
you can't hear me
lost,
again?
we lost you for about 30 seconds.
Ew. Okay, I don't know. Okay, well, let me know you guys. I can't see.
Yeah, you're still unmuted, so that's what's puzzling, is that going in and out, but you're unmuted.
That's interesting. I apologize.
But continue. We'll see. We'll make it work. So
Okay, I apologize for that.
No. This is all technology.
Yeah. So the home care aid assistance, in that we provide DC home care aides or CNAs into the homes of seniors in need. So these home care aid assist with tasks that help client manage their daily routines. So based on a personalized plan of care, our aides are assigned to help with such duties such as personal care, bathing, dressing, grooming, feeding, or toileting. Medication reminders, because we do not actually give clients medications because CNAs cannot do that. So medication reminders. We also help with range of emotion exercises, preparing and serving nutritious meals, light house cleaning, laundry, shopping and errands, escort to appointments, and companionship and supervision. Our aides have received certification as DC home health aides or in Maryland and Virginia as certified nurse assistants. They have been trained in dementia care and receive continuing education annually to to update their skills and learn new techniques in home care. I forgot to mention that these services are free of charge. We do not charge for these services. Once you are admitted into the program, you complete your case management assessment. These services are free of charge. And so also in the home care aid assistance, we provide case management. Each client is assigned either a social worker or nurse care manager. The case manager oversees the client's home care aids and coordinates other services. When first meeting a client, the case manager conducts an assessment to determine what services are needed and develop a plan of care, which will direct the duties of the home care aid that the home care aid will perform. So we go into the home. The initial assessments are at home. We're gonna come to your home, sit down. This is not a home assessment or anything like that. It's just for us to get to know you. We sit at a coffee table in your living room, wherever you are most comfortable. We do an assessment of your psychological needs, your physical needs, and then through that, we create a personalized plan of care. And when the aide comes into the home, they provide those services that you need. And also you can update that plan throughout the year with changes that may occur for the older adult. You can always change that plan of care. And so Safe at Home, I don't know if some of you have heard of Safe at Home, but Safe at Home is Home Care Partners operates a Safe at Home program for the DC Office of Aging and Community Living, DACL.
Yep. We heard of-
So DACL's Safe at Home program provides in-home preventative adaptations for to reduce the risk of falls for DC residents age 60 and older and adults with disabilities. This may include handrails in the home or outside of the home, grab bars, bathtub cuts so you can get in and out of the bathtub, shower seats so it's made safely for the individual to take a shower without slipping or falling, and also stair lifts, because once you age, going up and down stairs may be a little more difficult. So we also install stair lifts, and this is free of charge as well. But in order to be eligible for Safe at Home, you must be a DC resident. You must be of the age 60 or older, or an adult with a disability. So that's 18 to 59. And then you have, so the income, maximum income of 79,700 for an individual and 91,050 for a married couple. And lastly, DC Caregivers Institute. This is the entity that I am employed under. I've been here since May. I love it. I love meeting the individuals in DC. I've been here since May. I've met so many different people that aren't even from DC. So I love talking about Georgia and how they got here to DC, what moved them here. I enjoy just taking care of older adults. Like, I was a caregiver for my grandfather for 2 to 3 years in Georgia. And it was a rewarding experience. I loved it. I love advocating for my grandfather. He did pass away last year with complications of diabetes. So this is my way of just giving back to older adults and still being able to be in that realm. So I really enjoy what I do. I love being here, although I've only been here since May. The job is very, very, very rewarding. So DC Caregivers Institute. The District of Columbia Caregivers Institute is a program funded by the DC Department of Aging and Community Living. Its purpose is to support unpaid caregivers residing in the District of Columbia, who are primarily responsible for DC residents who are seniors or adults with disabilities. We provide services including case management, monthly reimbursement for care expenses, respite, support groups, and much, much more. So we're going to pause for a little bit. We're going to talk about caregiving, because at DC Caregivers Institute, our clients are the caregivers and not the care receivers, the individuals that are receiving care. So if anyone could let me know what your idea of what a caregiver is, like who can be a caregiver?
Before we get into that, Tanisha, we have Diane Leach. Her hand is raised. I don't know if
Okay.
it's, go ahead, Diane, on mute and ask your question or share.
Hello, young lady.
Hello.
My question is this. The income level of getting a aid, it says that, I don't understand that. You said 79,000, that's Safe at Home. But I'm confused about the income that a person must have. And the other thing is,
Okay.
how my brother-in-law, I know he needs care, but my sister won't apply for it because of his behavior. So how can I get him some type of help?
Okay, so the only program that has a income restriction is Safe at Home. All of the other programs and services that I mentioned, there is no income maximum, minimum, or anything. Only Safe at Home, and those are DACL's requirements. But the home care aid and the DC Caregivers Institute, we have no income limits or anything. It's just Safe at Home. So I'm going to also share the contact information, so you can always call that number. We can give you the information that you need for, you said your sister?
Yes.
Yes, for your sister, but Safe
No,
at Home.
not for my sister, for her husband.
Yes, for her husband. Yeah. So yeah, Safe at Home is the only program that has a income limit or maximum. Everything else you guys will be eligible for.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sort of still confused.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the limitations,
Mm-hmm.
but what I want to know is how can I get him the help that he needs when he's so obstinate that he'll cuss anybody out and put him out of their house. And I know something is wrong with him, and she knows something is wrong with him. But and he's 80 something, and she's
I'm so
almost
sorry.
at her limit.
I hear you. I think it's my connection. But you say you're confused about what now? I'm sorry.
How to get them some help?
How to get them some help?
Yes.
Yes. And so later on in the presentation, I'm going to give you all the contact information, and your sister just has.
We lost you.
You went out again, Miss Tanisha.
I also would like to say, let's hold most of those questions that I see hands being raised right now till she's requesting that most of those questions be.
We do ask income, but it doesn't. Can you hear?
Tanisha, we lost you.
Lost you a
Oh
long time.
Lord. Oh Lord. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you that contact information later on.
Okay.
Your sister just has to call the number, and she doesn't need any other agency to make that referral for her. She just called the number, we do an intake, and we provide the services.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Let me see if I stop sharing my video.
Are you using a head piece, Tanisha?
No, I'm not. Let me see if I can stop sharing my.
Yeah, so your video bit has been off, Miss Tanisha.
Yeah, I see that. I'm like, wait, it's been off this entire time.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what is going. My connection looks really good. I don't know.
You were good for, like a good couple of minutes.
Okay, let me see if I can use a different laptop. I don't want you guys to miss the information.
Well, if these things do happen, so we'll roll with.
Okay.
It happens, comes.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask the some of the seniors with the hands, if we could just hold our questions until later. Yeah, until she gets through her slides, and then we'll address all of the hands that are raised. Okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
So go ahead, Miss Whitlock.
Whitlock, yeah. Okay, so I was there. Okay, so I'll just go through these instead of asking questions. So what is caregiving? Who can be a caregiver? What does caregivers do? When is it time to be a caregiver? When does that take place for your loved one or your family member? And where are caregivers employed, or where do they provide services? So who is a caregiver? A caregiver can be a family member, a neighbor, a close friend, or a paid professional. What? So caregivers assist with many IADLs, which include transportation,
Lost her again.
It's
Yeah, we
it could
lost
be her bandwidth. It could be her bandwidth that's causing it.
Yeah,
and
she said
support.
something. Miss Tanisha, we lost you again. It may have something to do with your connection.
Your bandwidth. It has to do with your bandwidth.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Based on what I'm seeing, it's your bandwidth.
Okay. Let me
You have a delayed bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know,
Let me see if I can move to where the modem is. Let's see.
Yeah, closer to the modem might help.
Yeah.
We can wait. Don't stress. Don't want you
to
take your time, breathe, and we'll get it right.
Okay, so I'm closer to the modem now. And my camera is still off, correct?
Yeah. You sound a bit louder too right now as well. So it's you sound even better.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully this works. Okay, so so did you guys hear? Okay, so what? Caregivers can assist with many.
You were about to read what a caregiver assists with. And that's where you went out. You're reading from your slide.
Okay, so caregivers can assist with many IADLs, where they can include transportation, housework, grocery shopping, preparing meals, managing finances, administering and supervising medications, and arranging and or supervising paid services. They can provide basic care to the elderly as care providers. Family provides different forms of care and support, including advocacy. These are especially important for older adults with mental health history, disabilities, and those residing in nursing homes. When there are many ways someone can become a caregiver. For some people with an aging parent or loved one, it may happen right away after a sudden illness or medical emergency. So here I found a little list that United Healthcare came up with, so you can see some signs that it may be time to step in as a caregiver and help a family member, a loved one, or a friend. So one, it says stopping regular activities. So giving up their favorite social activities and choosing to stay home instead may be a sign that someone is withdrawing or isolating. It's definitely something to keep tabs on. Two, unwashed or untidy appearance. This may be a sign of a mental problem such as memory loss, or it can be a clue that someone is having difficulty with daily tasks like bathing and dressing. Not taking medications can also be a sign that someone may need caregiving services. So, not taking medication, stop taking medicines could be a big red flag. It may be a sign of a memory issue. It also is also dangerous to a person's well-being. So, forgetfulness. Everyone misplaces keys or forgets to do things occasionally, but when forgetfulness happens often, it could be a sign of a bigger problem with memory or thinking. A messy house. Not being able to keep up with routine household chores may be a sign of a change in physical or mental health. Unexplained bruising. Mysterious bruises can be a sign that an elderly person has fallen. Not wearing the right clothing, not dressing for cold or wet weather can be a sign that someone can't take care of themselves. Loose clothing could be a sign of weight loss, possibly due to an untreated medical condition or not eating right. Difficulty driving. When someone is having trouble driving, they're putting themselves and others in danger. The cause may be physical problems like joint pain or vision loss, or it could be a mental issue such as memory loss. A stack of unpaid bills. Not being able to keep up with the mail or paying bills could be a sign that someone is having difficulty with thinking. And lastly, a clue, using furniture to get around. Hanging on to furniture to help move around the house could be a sign of a mobility problem. Other clues, including avoiding unnecessary walking or having difficulty getting in and out of a car. These all could be signs that someone may need caregiving services or need someone to look after them a little bit. So where can you be a caregiver? You could be in someone's home, hospitals, assisted living facilities, and nursing homes. So I explain caregiving because at DC Caregivers Institute, our clients are the caregiver and not the care receiver, the person that's needing care. And so our services are to
Oh,
She went
looks
out
like
again.
Hmm.
Went out again.
All right, let's give her a chance and she'll come back in.
go into that a little bit later as well. So DC Care
Maybe Teresa, she stopped
Really?
showing her slides and just talk. Maybe it's got something to do with the slides.
Oh, when I wasn't showing the slides, it was working.
No, I was saying maybe if you just
Went out,
talk,
Miss
because when you're
Tanisha.
showing your slides,
You went out for like a
keep cutting
minute.
off.
Oh, I was still out when I was going through the 10 signs.
Yeah, we can still see your screen, but we couldn't hear you.
We heard
Oh,
the signs. That's this next. This what you're doing right here. Assessment and care management. We didn't hear any of that.
okay. So let me just go. Okay,
Oh,
so
There
these
you
are
go.
the services that we provide at home, not home, I'm sorry, Home Care Partners / DC Caregivers Institute. So we have in-home assessment / case management. And if you have any questions at the end about anything that I discussed or when I went out or anything, you could ask me at the end. I do apologize for the lack of Wi-Fi. So services that we offer: in-home assessment / case management, reimbursement for caregiving supplies, short-term relief for caregivers, telephone, Zoom, and Facebook support groups, and educational opportunities. So in-home assessment and case management. A licensed social worker / case manager will schedule an in-home assessment to meet with you and the person you are caring for. Your case manager will create a caregiver support plan tailored to your needs and help connect you to the supports that will help you in your caregiving journey. Your case manager will conduct a biannual reassessment and will be available to address your questions or concerns throughout the year. Reimbursement for caregiving supplies. So this program, participants may be reimbursed for approved caregiving expenses and supplies through our Caregiver Flex account. Caregivers are eligible for a pre-approved amount each month, which is from $200 to $300 each month, to receive reimbursement. Participants must submit original receipts and enroll in direct deposit. What's reimbursable? Incontinence supplies, adaptive equipment, medical-related transportation, over-the-counter health supplies, home modifications, glasses, and vision care, hearing aids and hearing care, diabetes-related supplies, and etc. Short-term relief for caregivers. We also provide 16 hours a month of respite care through 3 agencies in the community. So the participant can choose between the 3 agencies, and we provide for free of charge 16 hours a month, which is 4 hours a week of respite care from a home care aide. And then we also have an overnight respite program. We've partnered with a long-term care facility. So if you are a caregiver of someone and you needed to go out of town for 5 days, or you just needed a break for 5 days, we provide 5-day overnight stay at that facility free of charge. We also have support groups, and these support groups are done over the phone, Zoom, and Facebook to help connect caregivers. And you can share your stories and have like that support for you once a month. We also provide educational opportunities. DCCI facilitates education and training to help caregivers be better caregivers. DCCI hosts video seminars as an online learning platform designed just for caregivers, and caregivers are advised of a range of opportunities such as conferences, seminars, and free recreational events. So who is eligible for DC Caregivers Institute services? You have to be an unpaid caregiver who is a resident of DC and is providing care for a resident of DC. So both the caregiver and the care receiver have to be a DC resident. The DC resident you're caring for must be 60 at the age of 60 or older, or has to be an adult with a disability, 18 to 59. And the caregiver cannot be enrolled in other DC or federal services that provide similar care. So for instance, the Medicaid EPD waiver provides the exact same services that we provide. So you're ineligible for DC Caregivers Institute services if you are enrolled in the Medicaid EPD waiver. Okay, so our team, it's me, the newest social worker, and then we have 2 other licensed social workers. We have De'Ara Dunbar, who is the individual that you will contact if you know someone that is in need of these services, and then Angela Fields, who is our director. So if you all can hear me, this is how you get services. You contact Home Care Partners office during business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I will write this number down, take a picture. You never know when you'll become a caregiver, or one of your family members or friends will become a caregiver. So I will advise you all to take a picture of this, write this down, put it on your refrigerator, because it could definitely help someone in the future. So I'm going to stop sharing